In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to utilize Gravity Forms to register new members to Restrict Content Pro, one of the most popular membership plugins out there for WordPress. We'll be doing it using our new plugin, Gravity RCP. Now, this integration is going to make taking signups with Gravity Forms super easy without taking away any of the self-serve account management functionality from your members, or without losing access to accurate financial reporting features built into Restrict Content Pro. Basically, this integration will give you all the advantages of creating an advanced registration form for your membership website without any of the downsides. So it will be as if new members in your membership site were registered natively in Restrict Content Pro. In this tutorial, we'll show you how to set up your WordPress membership site to send form submissions directly to RCP membership levels, manage subscriptions created by Gravity Forms from within Restrict Content Pro, and empower your users to manage their own memberships without you needing to manually log in whenever they need to update their account. Now, to get started, you'll need to make sure that the following plugins are installed and activated on your WordPress site. The first being Gravity Forms. Easily my favorite WordPress plugin due to the ability to collect data from your users and send that data off to about a gazillion different places. In this case, we'll be using it for the advanced membership registration form. The next up is Gravity Forms Stripe add-on. This is for taking both one-time and recurring payments via Gravity Forms using Stripe. Alternatively, you can also use the Gravity Forms PayPal add-on. Gravity Forms User Registration add-on. This add-on automatically creates a WordPress user after successfully collecting payment from a customer during the sign-up process. Next is our plugin, Gravity RCP. We'll be using the Pro version in this video, which supports both one-time and recurring payments. And finally, Restrict Content Pro. This is one of my favorite membership plugins for WordPress. It's not only simple to use and feature-packed, but efficient with site resources and won't bog down your site with a bunch of nonsense. Once all these plugins are ready to go, you're ready to unlock the full potential of Gravity RCP. So let's get into that now. So now let's dive into setting up our membership levels in Restrict Content Pro. I'm going to go to the settings area of RCP. I'm going to go to the membership levels, and I'm going to create this new membership level. Give it a name, a description. I'm going to leave access levels the same, just leave it alone. I am going to change the duration though. I'm going to change it to year as a period, yearly, and then make it a 1-year membership. I'm also going to change the maximum renewals to just, for right now it's set to until canceled, which would keep recurring. I'm going to set it to 1 renewal. So it's only going to be a single time that it will be charged again. And then after the final payment, what do I want to happen? Instead of grant lifetime access to that member, I want to end the membership at the end of the billing period. I am going to update the price, $50, make sure it's active. I'm going to leave the user role, the WordPress user role alone, and add the membership level here. And we can say it's ready to use. So now we have our main required fields, name and email, but we also are going to want to add a product field. So let's go to the side. We're going to search for the product field. It's going to be found down in the pricing fields. We're going to drag that over to the form. And in here, we're going to change a few things. We're going to change it first from a single product to radio buttons. And then next, we're going to go to edit choices. And we're going to just go to the bulk add button and go all the way to the bottom. Click on Gravity RCP, and it will show all the membership levels that we have, and we're just going to add them all at once. Now, we only had one, so it only showed up as 1. We can see there's the value is 3, which is the ID of the level, and the price was $50. So let's also add the Stripe credit card fields here below. Pretty straightforward. That'll allow them to pay, and then we'll finally add the total field, which will allow them to see how much they're going to pay before they check out. So that should be it. We're done with that form now. Now let's proceed to setting up our feeds. The first one we're going to set up is Gravity RCP. The next one will be Stripe. And then the one after that will be the user registration. So let's start with the Gravity RCP. So as you can see, I already have a Gravity RCP feed that I've made before, but if you're starting from scratch, you're going to add a new one there. Let's jump into this feed. The main thing that I want to point out is what to set the second part to. So you can see there's one key on the left, membership field, and I have product on the other side. Why do I have product? Because that is the field from my form where I imported all those membership levels, as you remember. I can choose double enrollment here or not, and that's about it. It's pretty straightforward. And so let's jump into now the Stripe feed to make sure we're doing all these 3 feeds for this all to work. Again, I already created that. If you need a new one, you can do a new one, but let's jump into this one. It's a one-time membership. And again, I have it set, the name is one-time membership. The transaction type is products and services if it's a one-time payment, or it would have been subscription if it was a recurring. I have this set to product. Now that product feed is what will be associated with the price. And then of course I will have wanted to connect my Stripe account. I have this currently in test mode, by the way. So that's all saved. And then finally, the last part is the user registration, also very important for making sure that a new user gets created. So let's jump into that. Now, because we're creating a new user, when they register, we're going to have it into the create user side, not the update. We're going to just basically map all these fields to the correct fields on our form so that they populate correctly when they're creating that user. So that's it. You can save those settings, and we should be ready for testing now. Okay, we're going to go back to Restrict Content Pro settings and make sure of a few things. We're going to go to the settings area, of course, and then the payments tab. We're going to choose our currency we want. And then we're also going to make sure that Stripe is enabled in the enabled gateway section and that we're on sandbox mode so that we don't get charged when we test this. Also, you're going to want to make sure that you connect to your same Stripe account both in Gravity Forms, as we showed you earlier, as well as in Restrict Content Pro. It's important that both plugins are connected to the same Stripe account, and this will ensure that one-time payments and recurring payments are able to transfer from Gravity Forms to Restrict Content Pro, and that there's a continuity between those. So it's important to make sure that both are actually connected. Save our settings here. Now, most of the other settings in Restrict Content Pro are pretty standard. I'll let you kind of check out their documentation related to that. For the most part, we're going to jump into testing now, and we're going to create a new page to test our form. We're going to first embed our form into it. So I'll give this page a name, call it Gravity RCP test. And then we're going to add a block here, click on form, select our form, Gravity RCP here, and that will populate that. And let's publish that. Now, one thing I do need to note about the Restrict Content Pro settings is I need to go in there and update the registration page. It's set to the old one. I'm going to refresh the page and then choose the new page I created, Gravity RCP test -Kevin. And before I save settings here, I also want to update the auto renew, and let's keep it at never auto renew right now because this is a one-time payment. So there we go. All right, so as I mentioned, we had created a page and embedded our Gravity Forms form on here. Make sure that when you test this, you put it in either private mode in your browser or incognito. Otherwise, it will not test correctly. I'm going to put my name or a name in here, just some test information, test email. Obviously, I only have one choice in terms of the product. Now, if I had multiple levels, I could choose between the different levels, but in this case, there's just one level. I'm going to fill out the credit card information. Now, with Stripe, you can just do 424242 until you're done with pretty much, and then use any expiration date and any security code for testing. Choose a country, make up a zip code, and then we'll submit it as if we're registering for a membership and paying. All right. Now let's see what happened in the back end. Once we go in here, we go down to Restrict Content Pro, and we can click on memberships, and we can see that this new customer that I just registered is now ready to go. It's active. And the Stripe information, the payment information from Gravity Forms has been seamlessly imported over into Restrict Content Pro, which will ensure that the reporting is accurate. Okay, so we've talked about one-time payment settings. What if we wanted to do a recurring subscription instead? So let's make a few changes. One would be in Restrict Content Pro into membership levels. I'm going to change the maximum renewal to until canceled so it doesn't stop recurring. The payment will continue to be taken. And also we'll change the name, why not? The next thing we'll want to change is the Gravity Forms form Stripe feed. We're going to change it from products and services to subscriptions. And that's going to make sure that whenever this happens and whenever it basically recurs once a month or once a day or whatever it is, it's going to do it continually over and over again. And then in Restrict Content Pro general settings, we're going to change auto renew to always auto renew, and that way it'll ensure to keep it going and that subscription will be maintained. So again, those are some of the things you're going to do to change it from a one-time payment to a recurring subscription membership. So that's a quick overview of our new plugin, Gravity RCP, and what it can do. There's a link down in the description if you want to check out the plugin. And of course, if you need any help or have any questions about the product, please just let us know. Our support team is here to help. Thanks for watching, and until next time.